Hey, Ken.
Hello,
How you
Dick.
doing? Ken's here. What's up, Elise? There's a guy standing behind me. I don't know if you know. He has no microphone, and I'm trying to know what the hell his purpose is at this event.
He just slapped me on the ass. So.
I was just trying to overlook that, but we'll.
Well, this is my protege.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You've seen enough of Xavier, I'm sure. What are your impressions, though it's a very young point in the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's early. You know, I'm trying to figure out the difference between them and Golden State, to be really honest with you. You know, I know Golden State's a little older. Their players get paid, Xavier's don't. But they got a lot of similarities, They can score at a lot of positions. They got a lot of weapons, pose a lot of problems, especially with the way they use Trayvon Blewett. It all, you know, he's the guy that's a problem, and because of him, other guys are a problem because of the way you have to defend him. So, you know, they have a great player on offense that forces teams to pick their poison on defense.
I mean, it's basketball 101. You have to defend out. You got to defend out. But with them, it seems like with their inside-out game, I mean, it's almost paramount that you do that this weekend.
Well, I mean, you know, that's you know, I'm being funny, but that's the problem when you play a team that can really shoot, and they have a guy that can make guarded threes. They shoot, I believe he's 47% from three, and a lot of those are guarded. So, you know, and at college level right now, the way he's shooting the basketball, when you pay too much attention to him, and then Miles Davis can shoot the ball as well, guy, we all know that. So, then they got other guys. I mean, they played Mikura, Miles Davis, and Blewett at the same time. Now you got three guys stretching you out. But they're going to take the ball to the basket now because your defense is stretched. So, although obviously it's I'm being a bit facetious, but at the college level right now, offensively, especially offensively, they're as good a team as I've seen offensively because of it all starts with Trayvon Blewett, but you know, they just got a lot of weapons.
How do you explain to your new kid what this environment's like?
Let the other guys do it. And if they don't do it, we got no chance. You know, there's some stuff's got to come from your locker room. It just has to. You know, because as coaches, we go every scouting report. We tell you what the other team's good at. And, you know, at some point you start sounding like Charlie Brown's teacher. Exactly, exactly. So, you know, some things got to come. You know, got to come from the guys in the locker room.
Speaking of that, you said in your presser that somebody had to step up, be that soldier. Have you seen a difference in practice this week?
We've only had one. We practiced. We were off Monday. We practiced Tuesday. Unfortunately, Rob Williams and Mike Donaldworth, my excellent doctors and trainers that took care of me last year. We have yet to find a way to have a weird science transformation. We can't build Kelly LeBlanc in one day.
New role, Kelly.
So you're trying to get me in trouble.
How is Jacob Evans doing as far as the injury front?
We'll see how he reacts to practice this week. You know, for us, if you can't practice, you can't play. So, you know, he's going to try to practice and see how it goes. If he, you know, if he can't practice, he won't play. So, you know,
Practice yesterday.
Limited.
This game was downtown for a couple of years. Last year it was here. The comportment of the crowd was good.
I don't know. I missed it.
I know, but are you concerned or interested as to what the comportment of the crowd will be at Xavier back there again for the first time since the incident?
I think that all rivalry games should be about basketball. You know, I don't change my stance on anything. So I think the rivalry games should be about basketball, and I think we should put our kids in positions to succeed, and put our kids in positive positions. That's just my opinion on it. You know, as far as what I'm interested in, trying to get a W. You know, right now I'm worried. You know, in my mind we're playing Golden State, so you know I don't have time to worry about environments.
We've been through this many
Their players are a problem right now.
You've been through this many times, 10 years, and you've lived here your whole life. What does this game mean to Cincinnati, the team and yourself?
You know, I'll tell you this. I haven't been to Cintas Center since that night, but I know this. I'm here all the time, and I watch film, and I don't think there's any banner hanging in either gym that lists who won this game and what year. So I think both programs have evolved past that. Obviously, ours got started a lot earlier than Xavier's with our tradition and history, but they've done a great job in the last 30 years. So I think it's great for the fans, but I just think both programs are bigger than this game. They just are. And it's a credit to all the kids and the coaches from Xavier and Cincinnati. It's to a point where the game, whatever happens Saturdays, neither one of us are going to have a banner made. That doesn't mean we don't want to win. Trust me. I mean, people wearing red and black know that how I feel. But even if we were to win the game, we're not going to hang a banner. Last time we went over there, we got whacked and won our next 15. So, not that I would trade saying that I think that's going to happen or I would trade that. We're going to try to win. But it's a great rivalry. It's great for the city. All the above. Obviously, my mind's more on Xavier's lineup right now than stuff like that. But I do think the programs are bigger than this game, both of them. I think that's a credit to what's been done in both programs over time.
Is there a memory that sticks out to you growing up as a child watching these games?
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to have to ask me that question. I was not going to get out of here without that question. I'll be honest. I've turned 44. I can't remember anymore. I'm getting older. I'm getting older, so.
Beats the alternative.
There's a lot of the problem is when you get my job, you always remember double overtime loss. It sticks out a lot. Lance Stevenson's freshman year. That sticks out there. You forget wins. All coaches are like this. You forget wins and you go. The losses drive you nuts.
Farad Cobb hasn't shot well particularly well in the last few games after lights out the first 4 games. Is he not getting the same shots? Is it just as
I think
shooters go?
I think the high major teams we played, their size bothered him some. And then I thought the other night his footwork was bad. I thought shot preparation, something that I showed him on film and pointed out to him, his footwork on his shot. He was definitely wide open against Morgan State.
Shaq Thomas had a good game. Statistically, the last game, what's his progression?
And that's where the stats don't tell the truth. With our senior class, we have got to get toughness, accountability. They got to be guys we can count on. They got to care the most. They got to give us the most leadership. They got to give us toughness. And if they don't, we will not have a great year. Shaq's one of our 4 seniors. Those guys got to bring it every day. They got to bring the leadership. We've had a lot of talking about that. That's one thing I was able to accomplish. Couldn't create Kelly LeBlanc. We had a little senior meeting about those guys. They're all great kids, but they got to take ownership and accountability in what's going to happen to their team because it's their senior year. So that's what I think. Shaq, to answer your question, I think that he's much better passer, and his shot selection is better, hence his higher field goal percentage. And that's why it's statistically he made. But I'm looking for more defense, more loose balls, more rebounding, and more leadership from all of our seniors, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned with that than Farad shooting or Shaq's offense. No more childhood memories, KB?
I like that.
I'm a movie guy.
One of my favorite all times.